Growing up in Southeast Washington and dreaming of making major motion pictures. Not much of a chance, you'd say, probably.
Actually, you'd have to think again. That's because Bruce Brown, writer, director, photographer.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Welcome to my humble facility.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
This is where we hold the workshops. We can seat, 10 people, maybe a little more, And we got a sitting room on this side, and got post-production facilities and some offices in the back.
Yes.
And this here is Lucille. This is this is my pride and joy. This is
that's your 35 millimeter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This is the camera that I've been shooting all my films with. The great thing about film is that this camera is 20 years old for me, and she's probably about I would say about 25, maybe 30.
It's an old classic.
Well, it's like the deal is that once you got good glass, and all it is looking through optics, and once you got the best, then why even think about changing it?
Yes. Welcome back. I'm glad you decided to stay with us, and I'm also glad to have standing next to me, as promised, independent filmmaker Bruce Brown. But first, I'd like to thank Bruce for having us in his facility, allowing us to spend time with you. Welcome, Bruce.
Well, Bruce Brown Filmworks. This is this is where all those great hit movies came out of. 24/7, Divided City, and many other projects that people know me for.
Bruce, before we start talking about your film workshops, can you tell the viewers a little bit more about your first movie, 24/7?
24/7 is I guess it's a movie that I wrote, and as a filmmaker, as a young filmmaker, I didn't, I was like, well, I could do this movie in, 2 hours.
Yeah.
When I finished writing it, it was more like a novel than a screenplay.
Look, I gotta tell you something bad, okay? Real fast.
Because my baby's dead. I didn't just lose one son, I lost 3. So far as I'm concerned, you just as dead as Michael is. Now you get the hell out of my house. You get the hell out of my life, and don't you ever come back.
So 24/7 is one of the chapters. Actually, I converted into a screenplay. It's a trilogy movie. It's about 3 brothers growing up in Southeast Washington and the obstacles that they had to go through when D.C. was the murder capital.
Yes.
You remember those days?
Yes, I do.
So being a young filmmaker, not having any role models or anything like that in the D.C., Virginia area, Maryland, of course, I was like, well, I want to extend myself to provide some workshops to folks, based on, the last 2 films I've done, distribution, putting them out, writing a treatment, knowing when your script is too long, knowing when it's a 12-hour movie and not, a 90-minute movie. Why should it be 90 minutes? Why should it be 60 minutes? What's a short film? So.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, how did you ever become interested in making movies?
Well, I started when I was, really young in my neighborhood over Southeast. Me and my best friend Byron, we used to produce movies around the neighborhood, and most folks that probably looking at this that recognize me from the Wellington Park days, they know that, they was out there making those movies. And lo and behold, I've been really lucky that I've been able to do something that, was a childhood dream all my life, you know.
Yes.
Produce movies, and to only produce, you know, 2 films, 2 feature films, full-length films is, I mean, it's a really, really tough thing. I took it on without the complete understanding of what you really have to go through financially, you know, and physically, and mentally, as far as putting it all together.
Yes.
So, you know, the reason why, you know, I set out and wanted to teach a workshop is because, you know, looking around, it's like it's very few people that's out here that ever had an opportunity to shoot film, and you know the tedious components. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like beef cinema too. I mean, I do both, but you know, I lean more towards film, and the process. The process is, you know, screenplay. Well, actually, treatment, screenplay, principal photography, post-production. I mean, it's the most challenging thing you can ever do.
Yes.
And now I'm finding out it's the most challenging thing you can ever teach.
Yes.
You know, I got, you know, so I'm thinking that, well, looking from this side of the camera when I was a kid, where would have been able to come in at?
Yeah.
And if it would have been nice if somebody would have been saying, hey, look, we're teaching an entry-level film workshop.
Yes.
Just for beginners. And of course, we got things for more advanced folks that want to, you know, get into our short film academy. But for now, we're looking for people to say, look, I've been dreaming about making this movie all my life, or I got the script. How do I go about it? What's the first thing that I do? If I'm gonna produce it, you know, myself, you know, what's the difference between, you know, having union actors and people in my neighborhood or my relatives or friends? So, you know, all these things I've been through most of my life, casting my films, directing, producing, financing the films, and it's a method.
And this is what you'll touch on in your workshops.
Yeah,
those things.
sure.
Oh, great.
You know, all the different type of, you know, obstacles, you know, all the legal documents you need to have to be able to protect yourself and your intellectual property, you know, all the things that go with, you know, producing a movie.
Yes. Hey, Bruce, can you tell us a little bit more about your workshop plans?
Well, my workshop plans is to, you know, like I was saying earlier before the break, is that I want to start on the entry level. You know, I want to, you know, extend the hand out to people that basically want to get into film. They want to know the basics, the beginner stuff. You know, this one isn't for the advanced folks. You know, and you can advance to the advanced folks, but this is for people that don't have a clue about what to do when, you know, they finish their story, or how to write a treatment. What software do I use for writing a screenplay? You know, if I'm going to do it myself, you know, what's the approach? How should I go about it? And if I finished it independently, what do I do with it? You know, there's a lot of things you can do with it. So information is on the bottom of the screen for registrations. You can register online, you know, through my website, or hit me up on my Facebook page, you know, and, you know, just come on and join. I mean, it's going to be for 2 days. You know, it's not going to be the extended one. We also have Short Film Academy, which, you know, it's a 7-day workshop where we basically create the story, and at the end of the 7 days, we have a 5-minute short.
Oh, that's nice.
So you will be dealing with actors, lab, all kinds of stuff. You know, everything that have something to do with the process of producing the film.
Very, very, very nice. Very informative. I'm going to sign up myself. Seriously, you see me in class. And also, Bruce, what is the difference between shooting in 35mm film and going digital?
Well, this here is, you know how B.B. King got Lucille?
Yes.
This is my Lucille.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is Lucille. Lucille has been with me on numerous commercials and
your 2 first films?
Both of my first films.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to be on board on my 3rd film. The greatest thing about film is that not like D Cinema. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I shoot digital too, so don't think for 1 minute it's us and against them. Look, I'm just going with the best thing. I own this already, so all I have to do is just, you know, change the magazine and open the gate up and put new film in, and I got a new look.
Yeah,
so
I love it.
So when it comes down to quality, you know, I don't have to worry about, you know, is it compressed, uncompressed, what codec I'm using. You know, I master on film and then transfer it over to a digital format to edit in. You know, but Lucille has been with me for a while, you know, and you know, in this workshop we'll be discussing some things about that. You know, what is the true difference? Is you know, am I missing out on something not experiencing film? Right. We have 16 millimeter, we got 35 millimeter, and we have high definition video, you know, which is, you know, D Cinema. So, you know, I look forward to folks. The phone number's on the screen. Give me a call. You know, I'm sitting here. You know, my staff is on standby. They can register you over the phone. You can hit me on my website and all those different type of things. So,
all those things.
Right.
Now, Bruce, about your 2 cult classics, 24/7 and Divided City, where can you get them? How can you get your hands on them?
Well, this fall, we're doing a re-release of 24/7, which is, everybody kind of know it as Streetwise.
Yes.
But we're re-releasing it as 24/7, which is, that's the original title that you know, we created in the beginning. And, you know, that's why I'm having this workshop, so you don't have to run into this problem where you title your film and you go to put it out and you spend all this money, your artwork and everything, and then all of a sudden you go like, we got a problem. We got a legal problem, somebody tried to steal it problem, whatever kind of problem. Yes. So, you know, being able to lock stuff down is the reason for the workshop. But you'll be able to come to my website and, you know, and rent it.
Oh, okay.
You know,
you can purchase it.
You can purchase it, or you can rent it, or you can, you know, call the number at the bottom of the screen and, you know, order the DVD, you know, order DVD. We're going to be at some locations and different stores, and, you know, we should have the distribution worked out by the time you guys are seeing this. You should be seeing something flashing on the screen now saying where you can actually physically walk in and pick it up if you're from the old school.
Okay.
New school is that, you know, just like Netflix, you can stream it right online. We're not on Netflix yet.
But
you
we
know,
will be.
We will be. But first, it's like, you know, hey, we need all the money ourselves. We don't want to split nothing. That's why I'm putting this workshop together. So coming to my website and streaming it from my server, you know, I get 100% of the proceeds. I have to split it with Netflix or AMC or, you know, or BT or anybody. So, you know, and when you support, I mean, look, Taraji Henson, Big G, I mean, Divided City have never been seen outside of the theatric environment. This will be the first time, and I would like, you know, just give me a call. You know, I would like to just do a release, you know, global release on the web versus everybody coming down to the theater to see it. I mean, just imagine what I can do, what kind of power I can have with discovering more people if, you know, if folks support it for a reason. Leave them bootleg copies alone.
Yes, please. No bootlegs, people.
You know,
no bootlegs.
I mean, no disrespect to the bootleggers. Hey, the number's on the screen. Give me a call. Let's work out a deal. You know, let's work out a deal. I mean, it's show business, it's not show time. And those are the type of things that we're trying to reflect. You know, so whether you're an actor or, you know, just a person that want to collect the old DC, because as you know, in 24/7, it's like, you know, Sheraton Terrace don't exist anymore.
No.
You know, Valley Green. I mean, all those things have changed, and this is the only movie, these are the only trilogy set of films that came out of DC that you can actually see what it was like
before
in the 90s,
the changes.
before the changeover.
Yes.
You know, Divided City premise was based on the Willie Lynch letter. You know, and you know, when you look at this film, you go like, whew,